जय गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर, राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय। प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्रीमद् दिव्यंग्रह सभा चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Canto 10, Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 52. Text number 31 and 32. Okay. Santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk. Matajis. Santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭo yarhi varteta brāhmaṇo yena kenacit ahīyamānaḥ svad dharmāt asyākhila-kāma-dhuk santuṣṭaḥ satisfied, yarhi when, varteta carries on, brāhmaṇaḥ a brāhmana, yena kenacit with whatever, ahīyamānaḥ not falling short, svāt of his own, dharmāt religious duty, saha those religious principles, he indeed, asya for him, akhila of everything, kāma-dhuk the mystic cow, milked for fulfillment of any desire. Translation: when a brahmana is satisfied with whatever comes his way and does not fall away from his religious duties, those very religious principles become his desire cow, fulfilling all his wishes. So we'll also read the next text and translation and purport. Asantuṣṭo asakrullokan apnotyapi sureshvaraha akinchanopi santuṣṭaḥ shete sarvanga vijvaraha. An unsatisfied brāhmaṇa wanders restlessly from one planet to another, even if he becomes king of the heaven. But a satisfied brāhmaṇa, though he may possess nothing, rests peacefully, all his limbs free of distress. Purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai. Those who are unsatisfied feel distress throughout their body, becoming subject to many diseases. A satisfied brāhmaṇa, however, though he may possess nothing, is peaceful and calm, and there is no distress within his body or mind. So, we'll try to discuss about this concept of satisfaction. So, a little background to this is Rukmini Devi is sending one brāhmaṇa as a messenger to Krishna to save her from her predicament and take her with him. And as soon as the brāhmaṇa reaches Krishna's palace, Krishna welcomes him and respects him, washes his feet, and then he asks few of these questions where it's a duty of Kshatriya also to see that everyone in the society is doing their own duties properly. So, and also if they find some difficulty, then the Kshatriya gives facility or facilitates them so that they can do their duties properly. So here we see that Krishna is not only asking about the welfare of the brāhmaṇa, but he is asking that, are you satisfied? So this concept of satisfaction is very important. Like being satisfied doing our duties, then that very duty itself will become like a desire cow. Dharmo rakshati rakshata. If we protect the religion, then the religion protects us. Okay, so in that sense, he is asking and he is also informing that if somebody is unsatisfied or dissatisfied, then he may get kingdom of Indra and still he won't be satisfied. So we are going to discuss a little bit what is it that gives satisfaction and how can we find out in our own lives whether we are satisfied, and if we are not, then how do we take proper steps so that we will become satisfied. So first of all, in material life, that means in maintaining our bodies and bodily relatives, we need to train ourselves to be satisfied with whatever comes by its own accord, with little endeavor, of course. With little endeavor, whatever comes by its own accord, it's a discipline. Satisfaction is not something that we get by having more and more, but it is rather a discipline of the mind where I train the mind to be satisfied. That can be done. It's all practice. Krishna says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagyena cha guryate. It's all about practice. I trained myself to be always dissatisfied, and therefore I am dissatisfied. So similarly, if I train myself to be satisfied, now we are discussing the maintenance part of the bodily maintenance or maintenance of the relatives. So first thing I should know that if I want to be really satisfied, first thing I need to know is the illusory nature of sense gratification. I was hearing one Srila Prabhupada's class where he was mentioning, take any spiritualist. In the history of all the spiritualists, from anyone, like or spiritualists of different varieties and different places, whether it is Jesus Christ or Lord Buddha, has anyone ever told that the aim of life is to be happy in this world by gaining more and more of this world? Right? So like that Prabhupada mentions. All of them, every single spiritualist has taught that we don't belong here, just do the needful and see to it how we get to the higher realm. Now that higher realm is defined by different teachers differently, but at least they agree on this point that we are supposed to go beyond this existence. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamosoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. So, even you can correct me if I remember properly. Even Jesus Christ says that the riches of this world will be eaten by moths, or something like that. And so, therefore, we should not like over endeavor to gain more and more riches. If somebody is rich because of his previous condition, that's fine. And if with little endeavor he can earn more, that is also fine. But over endeavor should not be there in earning. So that's one thing. Even Lord Buddha says, I was reading at one place where he says that the sense objects of this world are as weak as the trunk of banana tree. A very nice analogies, at least in terms of proving that how material sense objects are illusory. Okay, as weak as trunk of banana tree means something will happen and all the basis of my sense gratification will be immediately destroyed. Like if you see, if there are some strong winds, which are the trees which fall immediately? Banana trees, right? Very quickly, they quickly fall. The first, at least at our place, I have seen personally that any strong wind, it doesn't require hurricane also. A strong wind and immediately the banana tree falls first, right? So it is as feeble as banana tree, or it is also called plantain tree or something. Right? And it is as illusory as mirage. As illusory as mirage. In mirage there is no water. Like it's just a phenomena where there is illusion of water. And the more I run towards the mirage, the more it runs farther. And the mind keeps thinking that if I go little ahead, maybe I'll get it. Prabhupada says that this is how the animals die in the desert. Because they keep chasing the mirage. And then Prabhupada mentions that, and therefore the human being is supposed to be more intelligent than animal. At least he should realize that what is real water and what is mirage. And then he says that it is as fruitless as empty fist. Like if you, it looks like there is something inside, but if you open, there is nothing inside. So it's like empty fist. And it is as ephemeral. Ephemeral means temporary or momentary. Like a dew drop. There is no guarantee how long it's going to stay. As soon as there is sunrise, the dew drop is going to evaporate. So similarly, the objects of sense gratification, I might be seeing them in my life, but they are as ephemeral like dew drop. And as dangerous as a jewel on snake's hood. So that's what he mentions. So Prabhupada is mentioning any spiritualist. So this point that the material sense gratification is illusory, all the different spiritualists, whether they are voidists or Mayavadis or yogis or devotees, all of them agree upon this point. So secondly, so one time Prabhupada mentions that that the sense gratification is like scratching an itch, and he's He's mentioning that. So you have a scratch on your hand, and then you itch on your hand, and then you scratch, and then it itches more. For temporarily it feels nice, but then it itches more, then I scratch more, then it itches more, then I scratch more. And finally I stop. Not because I am satisfied, but because blood comes. That's what Prabhupada mentions. So, this is the nature of this material world, that first thing I should lose my trust in Maya. So there was one person who was taking a walk by a beach, and he sees a conch shell, and the conch shell says to him, "Hello." And then he's surprised. This is a talking conch shell. First time in my life I have seen. And then he says, he replies that, oh you talk? So the conch shell says, "What do you mean? Of course I am talking." So this person says, "All right, it seems like you are a magical conch shell. Can you do me one favor?" So he says, "Yes, please. Can you just give me one gold coin? Can you produce one gold coin and give me?" So then the conch shell says, "Why one? I will give you two." Then he becomes very happy, and then he says that, all right, give me 2 gold coins. Then the conch shell says, "Why 2? I will give you 4 gold coins." Then he becomes even more jubilant, and then he says, all right, give me 4 gold coins. So he says, "No, 4 is a very small number. I will do one thing, I will give you 8 gold coins." And this person becomes little frustrated. He starts losing his patience, and he says that, "Okay, give me 8 gold coins." So the conch shell says, No. In fact, I have decided I will give you 16. And this person is really frustrated, and then he says that, "Oh, forget about 16. Just give me 1 gold coin." Then conch shell says, "Why 1? I will give you 2. So that's the sum and substance of this, how Maya's strategy works. So Maya is always promising, "I will give you more." If we ask for 1, she will say, "Oh, I will give you 2." Then we ask for 2, then she says 4, but she doesn't deliver any goods. Like she will keep, what is it called? Keep taking orders and keep consuming money, but will not send anything to your house. That's the nature of material world. And secondly, it should be understood that to be satisfied in this world, first of all, I need to lose faith in Maya and lose faith in her distractions and allurements and promises. And know for myself that the more I try to be happy materially, the more dissatisfied I will be. That is the nature of material world. This lust or this desire to be happy in this world by collecting more and more objects is not going to work. Therefore Krishna says that dushpurena analena cha. This lust is never satiated no matter how much we supply. Krishna, I think it is mentioned in Bhagavatam also, na jatu kama kamanam upabhogena shamyati. Havisha Krishna vartmeva bhuya eva bhivardate. The more I supply to my desires for sense gratification, the more it demands and the more unsatiated it becomes. That's very ironical. So temporarily there is some feeling of happiness, but then again, like an addiction, like an addicted person, in the beginning he finds the object of addiction to be like very blissful, but then to maintain that level of what is it called, kick, he needs to consume more, and he needs to consume more frequently. and with more intensity. So that is the nature of this material world. So what should be one's strategy when it comes to remaining satisfied with whatever one has, with whatever one earns by little endeavor? My friend here, he met one devotee who also knows astrology. So I was telling him that I help, if there is somebody in your brahmacharya ashram who is dissatisfied, let me know. I will help him get out of the ashram. So my friend asked him that if somebody is dissatisfied outside, do you also recommend them to move inside ashram? So he said, no, that I don't do. Then he mentioned that it is not about the external situation. Satisfaction is not about which ashram one is in. It is about the attitude. If one is grateful, then he is always satisfied in whichever ashram. Of course, one should choose the ashram which is best suitable for his devotional practice. Keeps the mind stable so that he can practice devotional service better. But it's about gratitude. Recognize that whatever I have is by Krishna's grace. And once one has that gratitude, then whichever ashram one belongs to, one can be satisfied. Otherwise, one may get the kingdom of Indra and still not be satisfied. So Prabhupada mentions that, he mentions that how does one become satisfied? By being grateful that whatever good comes in devotee's life, he thinks that this is for the betterment of my devotional service, so that I can serve better. And about satisfying the needs of the body, Prabhupada mentions yukta hara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkhaha. So Prabhupada writes there, extravagance in the matter of eating, sleeping, mating and defending, which are all demands of the body, will block one's devotional advancement, Prabhupada writes. And therefore Prabhupada mentions that one should be satisfied and one should consume only prasad for that matter. And that is the way of spiritualizing our maintaining the body. That is the first half of the story. I will also mention the other half. So firstly, lose our faith in Maya's promise and maintain the body and the relatives, being grateful for what we have and being not over-endeavoring and spiritualizing even that also. Whatever work we do, yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapassasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever we do, whatever we give in charity, just offer that to Krishna. So when we spiritualize that, we feel satisfied in maintaining the body. And Prabhupada is mentioning that consuming only prasad, Krishna prasad. So one time one devotee was traveling by a plane, and then there was one air hostess who was serving out chocolates and different beverages. And she saw one devotee wearing tilak and kantimala, and she said that, oh, you don't take these things, right? Because you are Hare Krishnas. I know you take only that thing which is offered to Krishna. So this devotee said, no, that's not true. So she said, really? I have been informed like that. I have witnessed also, like you people take only Krishna prasad or something offered to Krishna. So he says, well, this is only half truth. So she asked, then what is the full truth? He says, it is not that we consume what is offered to Krishna. We consume what is made for Krishna and then offered to Krishna. So he educated her. What is made for Krishna with the consciousness that Krishna is going to enjoy. And then that offered food we consume. Even we can remember Yamuna Mataji shares in one of the Prabhupada memories that first time she was being trained by Srila Prabhupada how to cook. I think it was kachoris. She was being trained, and then she like 4 times Prabhupada told her, go and wash your hands, go and wash your hands. Like one time she was sweating, so she was like wiping the sweat, and then Prabhupada said, now go and wash your hands. So all the lessons during how a devotee should cook, Prabhupada gave in the first class only to her. And then she said, Swamiji, can I go for drinking water? So Prabhupada said, go wash your hands. He says, no, drink water and come back, wash your hands. And he said that when we are cooking for the pleasure of Krishna, for Krishna's satisfaction. And then we don't think of our satisfaction or our hunger or etc. So that's how I just remembered this. So this is just one part of the story. Now we need to transcend and find satisfaction in different spiritual limbs of devotional service. That is we can say the more important half. So one time Tamal Krishna Maharaj, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj was kind of complaining to Srila Prabhupada that he is not getting any free time. He was saying that, Prabhupada, I get up at 2 o'clock, then from 2 to 4 I chant, then at 4 o'clock there is Mangalarti, then there is this meeting, then there is this fundraising, and then this management. So he just enlisted, he mentioned all of his schedule to Srila Prabhupada. And at the end Prabhupada said, very good, you haven't left any scope for Maya to enter your life. Because your schedule is so tightly packed that there is no scope for Maya to enter. One time Srila Prabhupada was walking and all the devotees were offering obeisances. So Prabhupada looked at His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, again his interaction with Prabhupada, and he asked, why do you think they are offering obeisances unto me? Why do you think they are offering obeisances unto me? So Tamal Krishna Maharaj didn't answer. So Prabhupada only answered, because I have no lust, like that Prabhupada mentioned. And then Prabhupada just walked to his car, got inside the car along with Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and then they reached the destination. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj opened the door for Prabhupada, and while coming out, Prabhupada said, it is not that I don't have lust, I don't have time for it. So that's Prabhupada is teaching us that our schedules should be so nicely arranged so that in every activity, either we spiritualize that activity or it is directly spiritual activity. So if it is about maintaining ourselves, then we spiritualize it. And if it is direct devotional service like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. So bhakti is such that if one performs bhakti very nicely, as a natural result, he should be satisfied. Therefore, our Sutta Goswami mentions, Savai punsam paro dharmo, yato bhakti radhokshaje, ahaituki apratihata, yadma suprasidati. Not just satisfied, completely satisfied, transcendentally satisfied. So if I am trying to perform bhakti with ahaituki, without ulterior motive, and apratihata, without interruption or breaks, then bhakti must, as a very natural result, give us satisfaction. Just like Srimad Bhagavatam gives one example. Like suppose we are hungry and we take some food. Does it mean that after 1 year we become satisfied? After consumption of food? Immediately. Bhakti pareshanubhava viraktir anyatra chayesha trika eka kala. Simultaneously, all these three things will happen. Prapadyamanasya yathashnatasyu tushti pushti kshudapayonughasam. That means as soon as I eat every morsel, with that morsel tushti, I feel satisfied. Pushti, I feel nourished. And kshudapayonughasam, I experience the cessation of hunger. So similarly, as soon as I perform, I surrender to Krishna, then bhakti, pareshanubhav, virakti, anyatra virakti. We will get the blessings of bhakti. We will, to the extent we are surrendered, we will experience Krishna in our life, and viraktir anyatra cha. Naturally, we will find sense gratification distasteful because we have the higher taste. Param drishtva nivartate. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. In that purport writes in the purport that as one experiences the param has different meanings given by different acharyas, but our Prabhupada translates param as beauty of Krishna. As we experience the beauty of Krishna in due course of our advancement, not at the end of our advancement, in due course of our advancement, as we experience beauty of Krishna, we lose taste for all the pale things, Prabhupada writes, or pale things. So, so how do we make sure that I am performing bhakti nicely? So I have written three things. First thing is we recognize what we have gotten. It's so difficult even to find a theist in this world. Then what to speak of a devotee? You know what is the difference between theist and a devotee? Theist means he believes in God, and devotee means he wants to please God. It's one thing to believe in God, that's good, that's a pious life. Krishna says, Artha jidnyasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna. They are pious, they are theists, and then there are devotees whose aim is to please Krishna. Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena Krishna anushilanam bhaktiruttama. Trying to please Krishna, tat sukha sukhitvam. So it's so difficult to find a theist or have a sanskar by which, or have an association by which one becomes theist. And then how rare it is to find a devotee of God, and how rare it is to find that those who know what God's name is, Vishnu, and what God does, paritrāṇāya sadhunam, and etc., etc. And among those who are worshippers of Vishnu Tattva, Lord Ram, Lord Nrsimha, Lord Narayan, Lord Varahadev, Srila Rupa Goswami writes, those who worship Krishna in Vrindavan, tathapi ekantinam shrestha, Govinda Ruta Manasa, those whose hearts are attracted to Govinda. Govinda means Krishna, Shyam Sundar. Tathapi ekantinam shrestha, Govinda Ruta Manasa, yesham shrisha prasadopi manohartum na shaknoyat. They are not diverted even to other forms of the Godhead. Of course, they are extremely respectful, but they have chosen Krishna in Vrindavan as their Ishtadev, worshipable Lord. And then what to speak of those who worship Vrindavan Krishna and desire the servanthood of Radharani. That Krishna who is so difficult to be understood even by great yogis. Yasya kadapi vasanancha lakhela notha dhanyati dhanya pavanena krutarthamani yogendra durgama gatir madhusudanopi tasya namostu vrishabhavanu bhuvodishepi. So worshipping Radharani along with Krishna and getting this fortune, what else is required to be satisfied? Right? So one to recognize what we have and then pursue it with whole heart. So trying to please Krishna, trying to give satisfaction to Krishna, as a byproduct we are satisfied. Like Prahlad Maharaj mentions, Pratimukhasya yatha mukhashri. Like when we decorate the person, then his reflection is automatically decorated. So if we try to satisfy Radharani and Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, then Vaishnavas, automatically we are satisfied without making any extra endeavor. So recognizing that the fortune that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought us and Srila Prabhupada has brought us, that being able to just to be a theist is a great fortune in the world full of atheism. In that, being a devotee of God is a greater fortune. In that, to know the whereabouts of God, not just know Him to be creator, maintainer and destroyer, but also Suridam Sarvabhutanam, also Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. So that is even greater. And to, among all the different personalities of Godhead, of the same form, of course, like Jiva Goswami explains, it is the same form, like Lord Vishnu, Lord Ramchandra, Lord Krishna, they are the same. In a sense, is the full moon same as half moon? Answer is yes and no, right? So Krishna is the full moon and all the different incarnations are like same moon but different phases of that moon. That is what Jiva Goswami gives in as an analogy. So yes, it is the same moon, of course, the object is the same moon, but the effect is different. Half moon cannot do what full moon can do. You see, in terms of that tides on the ocean, etc. So that great fortune has been bestowed by mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to recognize that. And therefore Narottam Das Thakur also mentions, Gaurapahu na bhajiyamainu. By not worshipping Gauranga Mahaprabhu, I am killing myself. Prema ratana dhana helai harainu. Prema ratana dhana, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the Prema ratana dhana, the love for the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, and helai harainu. Why, even after coming to devotional service, I am dissatisfied? Because helai, being neglectful of devotional service, or the great gift that has been given to me. So, Gaurapahu na bhajiya mainu. Adhane jatana kori dhanate aginu. Apana karama doshe apani dubinu. So, he mentions Adhane jatana kari. I am treasuring the trash. And Adhane jatana kari dhana teyagunu. And I am trashing the treasure. And therefore, apana karama doshe apani dubinu. Therefore, it is I myself am to be blamed for what I am doing. Satasanga chhadi kainu asate vilasa te karane lagi loje karma bandha fas. So he says, Satsanga, I haven't taken the opportunity that I have gotten of devotee association. And Satasanga chhadi kainu asate vilas. And I am busying myself with the things which are temporary. And te karana lagiloje, the noose around me, noose around my neck is becoming tightened and more fastened. So because of that. Vishaya vishama visha satata khainu gaura kirtana rase magana na hoinu. So, he's very interesting. He mentions here, Vishaya Vishama Visha Satata Khainu. I am constantly eating the poisonous, sense-gratifying objects And Gaura Kirtana Rase Maganana Huinu. I am not engaging in Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan engagement. And that is the reason I am dissatisfied. Remember what Prabhupada's, many times Prabhupada's the motto or that slogan would be chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So, where does it come from? Anyone? I mean, I've tried. At least I think that it is coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Murari Gupta's Kadcha. He is mentioning all his disciples, all his followers, that Nritya Gitena Susukhi Bhava. Chant, dance and be happy. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to his followers. So Prabhupada is also saying the same thing. Chant and be happy. So, Gaura Kirtana Rase Maganana Hoinu. So it's my great misfortune that I am not engaging in Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. That brings satisfaction automatically. And one is recognized by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Last time also I mentioned this verse. Kirtaniyader ki kashta jane gaura rae, bhala bhala dravya eve kirtaniyader khao yae. Those who know Bengali, so it means that what endeavors one has to put for chanting, either japa or in Sankirtan, Gauranga Mahaprabhu knows it very well. And then he arranges for bhala bhala dravya, kirtaniyader khao yae. He arranges for sweet meats for devotees to be distributed. Of course, devotee does not do it for getting sweet meats, but Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his love and affection, he arranges. So this is first thing that I recognize it, the importance of what is being given. Second is it should be, our acharyas warn us. Kaviraj Goswami mentions that yatna agraha vina bhakti na janmaya preme. That means if I perform devotional service ordinarily, then it will not quickly generate or maybe not generate the desired effect. So therefore he mentions yatna agraha vina bhakti na janmaya preme. Yatna means endeavor, agraha means insistence. Insistence that I want this and nothing else. And yatna means endeavor. Without this, bhakti will not lead to prema. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Jiva Goswami mentions, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad mentions in Bhakti Sandarbha, what should be the attitude of a devotee while performing devotional service so that he will be completely satisfied. What is that attitude? Jatayam cha shastriya shraddhayam siddhav asiddhav cha swarna siddhi lipsoreva sada tadanurvrittireva syat. That means devotee, in short it means devotee should perform devotional service like an alchemist. You know who is alchemist? Who is trying to make gold. Okay, so he is doing all different sorts of experiments without being frustrated if he is not successful, and without stopping if he is successful. He will keep developing better methods to get more gold and more gold, like an alchemist. Similarly, devotee is not, he is tireless, he is not stopping because there is success or no success, but he continues. So that is, for that one requires a very clear focus that where am I supposed to go and what am I supposed to do. So, just like, have you seen tightrope walkers? Here in Vrindavan also, all in Govardhan Parikrama you see many, that those who walk on the tight ropes, the acrobats. Okay, have you observed them? There is some drums playing on the ground, and there is some music, and that person, the acrobatic person who is walking on the tight rope, and where is that person's looking? Have you observed? Where does he see? Down towards the ground or toward rope? Does he see the rope? Have you seen? Where does he see? focusing straight towards the goal where he's supposed to reach. Okay, otherwise he will lose balance. Okay, next time you see, you can notice that and let me know if it is otherwise. And he or she is not paying attention to the music that is being played, or what people are saying, or like, will I fall, like, looking towards the rope, or he's just looking straight towards his goal. So similarly, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad mentions his goal is fixed. We want to attain the lotus feet of Guru Gauranga, we want to attain the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. And that goal is always fixed and always in front of, never losing sight during any of our activities. So that is like the best example is Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, that he's running to Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet, and he is not caring about which path he is taking. He is wandering through forests so that he won't be caught by his father and or guards of his father. And it is mentioned that he is not caring about whether he has eaten or not. What is that? Bhakshana apeksha nahi samasta divasa gaman. Kshuda nahi badhe chaitanya charana prapte man. Because his mind is so focused that I want to attend Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. So that there is nothing in his mind, on his mind, apart from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And when he comes to Vrindavan, that time also, his prayers are very specific. If you read Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's prayers, he says that Tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vidnaya devitvam nayamam charanantikam. He's praying to lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. I am yours, Tavaivasmi, na jivami tvaya vina. So focused. There is no other goal. I won't be able to survive without you. Iti vidnaya devitvam nayamam charanantikam. Knowing that, O Devi, O Radharani, please accept me at your lotus feet. And then he says that Padabjayos tava vina varadasyameva nanyat kadapi samaye kila devi yache. I know whom to ask and what to ask. So very clear focus. Vyavasayatmika buddhi rekeha kurunandana. Like Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Bahushakai anantasya buddhoyo vyavasayana. So one pointed focus on Ishtadev and one pointed focus in what exactly I want. So this is the prayer. Sakhyayate mama namosu nityam dasyayate mama rasostu satyam. He says that, oh Radharani, I don't even want your friendhood. Or what is it called? Friendship. I want your servitorship. So like that he is praying. So this is a great example, or what is it called? Bacon or something? What is it? Ideal example for any practitioner. And the last thing which I have written down, that this is again based on Srila Jiva Goswami's one comment on in Bhakti Sandarbha, where he mentions that there are two ways of chanting, Kevalatvena and Sneha Sanyuktatvena. Kevalatvena means just chanting, just allowing, mind may not be there in chanting, but just chanting. Such chanting, Jiva Goswami says, will not lead to prema. It can lead to liberation from this world, but not towards prema. And second is Sneha Sanyuktatvena, means pouring our affection in our chanting. And we can generalize that to anything else we do also. Like pouring our affection in reading, pouring our attention in hearing, serving, worshipping, everywhere, serving devotees. So pouring affection and doing that activity, Sneha Sanyuktatvena. This will very quickly give one the desired success. That's what Jiva Goswami Pada writes. So pouring one's affection, and to pour one's affection, one needs to be aware of our relation with Krishna. Therefore, Narad Muni, what does he say in Bhagavatam? Tasmat kenapi upayana mana Krishne niveshayet. So here again Jiva Goswami Pada writes, kenapi upayana means anukulyana ekatarena upayana, means one should feel something in regards to Krishna. Who is Krishna to me? Who I am to Krishna? When that mineness, Krishna is mine, I am Krishna's, then one can pour one's affection in one's chanting, and then there is automatically attentive chanting, and then there is automatically, when Krishna is satisfied, automatically we are satisfied, and in any other limb of devotional service for that matter. So, and we see that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would do the same repetitive thing, like hearing Dhruva Maharaj's Charitra and Prahlad Maharaj's Charitra hundreds and hundreds, over hundreds and hundreds of times without feeling satiation, because it is just like once we have developed taste. Do we mind the repetition of cashew nuts in our upma or whatever your favorite dish is? So because we have liking for cashew nuts, we don't mind the repetition. So similarly, once we develop ruchi or taste, and that the taste will not come automatically, yatna and agraha both will be required. So just to summarize what we discussed today, the purport talked about satisfaction, because Krishna is asking the Brahmana, are you satisfied? So, and if you are not satisfied, you won't be satisfied even in the heavens. And therefore we discussed that how satisfaction is not about having more or changing the externals, but satisfaction is about our attitude. And we need to train ourselves. First, lose faith in having more and more. First, we have to lose faith in Maya's proposal of having more and more, and therefore getting more and more satisfaction. So that is the austerity of mind. Prabhupada mentions that in Bhagavad Gita. Mana prasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhi rityetat manasam tapa uchyate. So there Prabhupada writes, the mind cannot be satisfied, the mind can only be satisfied by taking it away from sense gratification. The more one thinks about sense objects, the more one feels dissatisfied. In the purport Prabhupada writes. And then he mentions the best course is actually to divert the mind to Vedic literature, which is full of satisfying stories. Like that, he mentions. So this is knowing the dangers of believing in Maya's proposals. That's what we discussed. And then we discussed that this is just the... and being grateful for whatever we have, that is the way to be satisfied in our maintaining the, you can say, the body and the relatives. Deha daihik in Sanskrit it is called. And the more important is busy ourselves so much in Krishna consciousness that we develop taste in Krishna consciousness, and automatically there is satisfaction. Just like one eats, there is no separate endeavor required to be satisfied. The eating is sufficient for satisfaction. And in that we discuss three things. One is, I try to understand what is being given to me. Not trash the treasure and treasure the trash, but the other way around. Treasure the treasure and trash the trash. So this is first. And secondly, devotee endeavors like whom? Jiva Goswami says. Like? Alchemist, yes. So devotee endeavors like an alchemist. So who is never tired, whether he is successful. If he is successful, he will try for more success. If he is unsuccessful, he will try for success. And thirdly, pouring our affection, just like how do we increase money? If we have got some money, how do we increase it? By investment, by trade. Trade increases money, right? Those who have economic background, they may verify. So it cannot just stay and increase, grow. So therefore when there is trade of emotions with Radharani and Krishna, then that devotion grows and then there is satisfaction. So pouring affection into that, I guess that's all I have to say today. So thank you so much for your kind hearing. Hare Krishna. Oh yes, please. Yeah. Prabhuji. Any comments, corrections, questions?
When people go to school, they generally get a day or two off. Or when someone's working, they work week, they put a lot of energy, then they need to take a little break and then they have energy again. So if you fill up your schedule so much, when are you going to get your break?
I think Srila Prabhupada was asked this question by one reporter, and Prabhupada said that the whole Krishna consciousness is recreation, he said. And I think the reporter asked, when do you do recreation? Like, I see you're getting up in the morning and doing this and doing that. So Prabhupada said, our whole life is recreation.
Especially here.
Especially here, yes. And of course, Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they mentioned that whatever required, like just to body to regain its health and energy, one needs to sleep also, like yuktahara viharasya, not too less, not too more, and eating also not too less also, like and not sleeping also too less, so that the body regains that energy for more service. So that that answer I remembered from Srila Prabhupada. Any other one?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. You said we should pour our affection in the chanting, in the seva. But my understanding was that my affection is very contaminated because it's very connected with so much attachment and so much false identification. So is it possible to pour this affection in the seva and in the chanting?
Srila Prabhupada mentions that affection is actually inside our heart. Actually, it is being covered over by the facade of material manifestation, and therefore, actually, it is also what Krishna also wants, the affectionate dealing. Just let me recall one verse where, it says that this is Lord Chaitanya inquiring from Raya Ramananda, and Raya Ramananda, he answers that Nanopachara Kruta Pujanam Artha Bandho Premnaiva Bhakta Rudayam Sukha Vidrutam Syat. So it means that Yavat Shudasti Jathare Jaratha Pipasa Tavat Sukhaya Bhavato Nanu Bhaksha Peye. So in short, this means that all the different offerings, Nana Upachar means different forms that we are engaging in, hearing, chanting and serving. Nana Upachara Krutam Artha Bandho Premnaima Bhakta Rudayam Sukha Vidrutamsa. Unless we pour in affection, neither Krishna will be happy nor we will be happy. That's what he mentions. Just like, example is given, there may be very nice delicacies and preparations, but there is no hunger or thirst inside stomach. Na sukhaya bhavato. It won't create happiness for ourselves. So yes, like that is what the sadhana is all about. Like being a conditioned soul, my heart is always contaminated. My affection is always... I remember Srila Prabhupada saying in one class, we have distributed our affection to different individuals in this world. We have to reclaim that affection and offer it to Krishna. That's the endeavor we have to make, that we reclaim it and then offer it to Krishna. And that's what exactly Krishna wants, as apparent from Raya Ramananda speaking to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So we will conclude here. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thank you so much. Seeking your blessings. Hare Krishna.